Okay, let's hope this goes well. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and I know what this says. It says review, right? This is gonna be actually a bit more of a comparison than a review. Let's get my custom book out of here. So I'm gonna be comparing my custom action figure of Jack Sparrow next to the Diamond Select one. So if you came here hoping for a review, that's what this is, but I'm gonna tell you if it's worth it or if you should just make your own like I did, because I'm gonna get this out of the way right now. They're almost the same price. So let's get started. Sorry if you couldn't hear that, I was drinking. Let's try and do it loudly so you can hear. Anyway, so that'll be the first point actually that's the last point I'll bring up, is the price. Let's start out with appearance. So actually, why don't I just go down the line? Why do I have to make this so hard? So as you can see, I have my little book here. It starts out with articulation, accessories, appearance, opinion, and then price down at the bottom. It's a lot smaller paper than before with the Commander Wolf comparison. Anyway, let's get started. So, articulation. Which one do I want to do first? I'll do my custom first. So, I actually have a little confession to make. So if you didn't watch the video, go watch it. My custom Obi-Wan, I actually show him off in this. I didn't make a video for him because I followed someone else's video, so it didn't feel right for me to make a video on him for someone else's work, basically. But and they actually did it better. If you want to go check that out, go check the link in the description. I'll put it down there if I remember. And if I don't, yell at me, as always. But I have a confession to make. So recently, I actually went back and updated him again because I knew I was getting that guy back there. So I actually swapped out the coat on him because the one on the, the NECA figure looked better than the one on the Disney Store one. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the video link in the description. It shows you how to make this. But so I was swapping the coat and I had to pull the arms off. This one came off fine. I actually broke the peg on this one, so this arm doesn't swivel anymore because I glued it on. So while we do articulation, just remember that. And I'm going to be doing it on this arm. So that is something to worry about. If you're not stupid like me, you would heat this up first. I didn't do that. I wanted to see if I could do it without heating it up. I did this one fine, so I was like, oh, okay, it's fine. It's sloosh. Yeah, I was wrong. Actually, hold on just a second. Sorry, just had to get the accessories off of him for the accessory comparison part. But let's start out. His head can go look all the way up. It can also look all the way down. It depends slightly on how deep you cut the hole. If you didn't cut it enough, you'll look like he has a long neck. But the hair doesn't really get in the way of tilt, you know. It does a little bit. I lied. It's hard to tell because, okay, hold on. Behind the camera strength. As you can see, there's not really anywhere to tilt on here. So it doesn't restrict movement. The hair doesn't restrict movement. It moves out of the way. It's just the figure itself can't do that. But it can swivel all the way around. This piece of hair really annoys me sometimes. His arm can go all the way up, that far down. It can turn like that, swivel at the bicep. Single jointed hinge can only go up to 90 and swivel at the wrist. There is nothing in the way of torso articulation. Down here at the waist, there's a swivel at the waist. Like, it can go all the way around. T-jointed hinge, so his leg can only go up that far. Can go back about that far right there. and he has a swivel up there at the crotch piece. Single jointed leg can bend up about 90 degrees. And then he has a single jointed hinge at the foot, no ankle articulation right there. Now let's move on to the Diamond Select Jack Sparrow. Okay, now with the Diamond Select Jack Sparrow, it's a little bit of a different story up here with the head, because this hair is actually a lot stiffer than the other one, than the NECA head. So he can look up, well, let's push him back a little bit so you can actually see. He can look up about that far, and he can look down, not much at all, pretty much zero. He can turn his head just a little bit, his hair gets in the way, of course. His arm can go up about that far. Ooh, that's a tight joint. It can go down, it can swivel all the way around. Single joint hinge, about 90, about the same. Swivel at the wrist, hinge goes side to side. And it's like that on both styles of hands. And I dropped that. He actually has torso articulation, so he can crunch back that far. Oh, holding onto his cape. He can crunch back, actually, or forward, I mean, fair amount, actually. Considering what's all there, that's pretty impressive to me. He can also swivel at the torso, of course. His leg can go up about that far. Can't go back that much. The skirt piece gets in the way of that, but actually, does it? Or is it the coat? Because the coat splits. No, it's the skirt piece. He actually has a double jointed hinge, and to get that full movement, I'm going to turn it like this. I have got him in poses where he can run, and this gets out of the way, and so does this, but it's kind of difficult. Anyway, double jointed knee goes past 90. Oh, and swivel at the crotch. His ankles, there's no swivel at the boot. Their ankles can go all the way down that far, can go all the way up, and he has an ankle joint like that. I don't know how much of that was in frame, so I might go back and redo that. But if I don't, this is getting left in, and I don't know why I just said that. Okay, now let's see the score of this guy. Okay, and for articulation, I gave them both a 1. So I'll explain my reasoning. They both have head restrictions. They both have about the same arms. I mean, you don't really need... If you want Jack Sparrow's arm up in the air, you can swivel it up there on this one. So I won't really call that a restriction. This one has added torso joint. And this one, what does this one have over it? I forgot. Oh, the head moves better on this one. That's right. So torso joint, head movement. I just knocked him over with the pen. About the same all the way through. This one, my custom also has restricted leg joints, so I took that in consideration with the Diamond Select and its restrictions, and I decided they were both a full 1. So now on to accessories. Okay, and we're gonna start out with my custom if I didn't already say that, but I am putting some rules to this. So, first rule, I am not counting the sheath as an accessory, even though you can take it off on both of them. I will not count that as an accessory. Restriction 2, if you make this custom Jack Sparrow, he comes with 2 sets of the same accessories. So, he has 2 hats, 2 guns, 2 swords. I'm only going to count it as if he has 1. Another restriction is going to be, if you do this custom and you buy a packaged Disney Store Jack Sparrow, you get a monkey with them, depending on which one you get. But because it depends on which one you get, only one of them comes with the monkey, and I just so happen to get the one that comes with the monkey. I am not counting the monkey, and I already gave that to Barbosa, so I'm not gonna go grab it. So those are my restrictions, just so you know. I'm not putting as many as on the other Jack Sparrow, but For these accessories, Jack Sparrow comes with 1 hat, 1 pistol, 1 sword, and 1 bottle of rum. That's pretty fair. His accessories look pretty good. His hat, I chose this hat over this other hat you get because I feel like this one is a better size for him, even though this one actually came on the head I'm using. So, that's that. Also, one other thing, I'm not counting the compass as an accessory, even though it's a separate piece. I glued it on there, so you can't take it off anymore, so I'm not going to count it. That's just what I'm going to say. Why did I put his hat up there? So he can wear his hat, it can come off. That's a good accessory. His next accessory is going to be this pistol that is very well painted. With all the silver and stuff on that. It is a little hard for him to hold it. He can hold it, but usually if I want to take pictures with him holding it, I use this one because it doesn't have a trigger. This jack doesn't have a trigger finger to put it in. And this is a little thicker plastic, so it doesn't break as easy. That is completely opposite with the sword. So he can hold this sword fine. It does say Disney on it. Disney China, which is a little sad, but it's a thicker sword than the other one. The other one is really thin, and you can see it's bent. So if I want it sheathed, then I use this one because it's really easy to put in. That one's a little harder, but you can do it. So I'm just explaining that even if these have faults, I can just swap them out. So I'm just going to count both swords as one accessory is what I'm trying to say. I know what I just said, shut up. But if you have it this single, it looks fine. It actually looks really good. And then of course, you have the bottle of rum. It has a nice cork on top. It looks like there's actual fluid in it. Obviously, it doesn't change depending on where you put it, but that is a good accessory if you want him to get drunk. So I'm just going to say it now. I'm going to give this Jack Sparrow the full point for accessories. I think he really deserves it. So, on to the Diamond Select. Now, here we have the Diamond Select accessories. This, I'm going to say right off the bat, this is annoying. So, technically I already customized this guy because this sword is glued into the grip hand. You can kind of, I don't know if you can see that. I had to cut away the paint that came off from the hand when I took it out. You can kind of see right there where I scraped it out. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say that was a production mistake that they had it glued. I know it's glued on everyone else's. I'm gonna say that was a mistake, and they didn't mean to do that. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt here, because as you can see, it doesn't come with a lot. So I actually got the deluxe version of this Diamond Select Jack Sparrow. The normal version doesn't come with this base. So this base did come with the Diamond Select. So I'm trying to give him as good of a chance as he gets with the accessories, because I don't think he's going to go out well with them. So he has the sword. Obviously, it can fit in his sheath just fine. And he has a grip hand to hold the sword, or a bottle of rum, but you'll have to get that separate, of course. And he also comes with a piece of the black pearl, which it's a nice display, I don't know how accurate it is, because I'm pretty sure this is where the stairs are supposed to be. And it's kind of hard to fit through there. Also, isn't there supposed to be a steering wheel right here? I kind of distinctly remember there's supposed to be a Diamond Select Barbossa that came with the other set of this display that came with the steering wheel, but kind of seems like it got forgotten about. I don't know. But, I mean, the wood on this, it looks fine. I mean, this is a good base. I'm going to use it. It's not like it's not a useful accessory. The sword, I already said can fit in the sheath. It has a good patina to it. I don't know how accurate this is to the actual movie. I don't really like the movie that this Jack Sparrow is from. The only Pirates movie I actually don't like is number 5. Then we have the hand here. It has good paint on it. It hasn't chipped away yet, so I don't expect it will. Diamond Select's kind of good with that. All the fingernails are painted, but that's more for the next category of appearance. And you know what you're thinking, guys. Well, Captain, what about his hat? You're forgetting the hat. The hat comes off. No, the hat doesn't. It's actually molded onto this head. The hat does not come off of his head. That is so irritating. I don't know why they did that. I honestly don't. That is they're obviously struggling here to find accessories because they included a piece of the damn black pearl. They couldn't include a gun for him. They couldn't include a removable hat. I mean, I would have took that over a piece of the black pearl. I mean, honestly. So, sorry, I'm getting a little bit off track here, but why? Why did they do that? It's just, doesn't this cost more money to do? I feel like it does. It's just, I don't know, man. Let's see, what score am I gonna give him? I'm gonna give him a 0.5 for accessories just because it came with the base. It was gonna be a 0.2, but the base is a nice inclusion. I do like it, so I'm gonna give him a 0.5. Now moving on to appearance. So these Jack Sparrows are actually from 2 different movies. This Jack Sparrow is supposed to be from Pirates 1 and 2. You can tell because those are the 2 figures they spliced together. He has the same costume. It doesn't change between those 2 movies. It starts to change in the 3rd one. But as you can see, his bandana actually has really nice detailing on it. I don't know which movie. Actually, I think it's the 2nd movie that has that. Oh, so this is just Pirates 2 Jack Sparrow. Yeah. So his bandana has that on it. I distinctly remember that. I think it's yellow, though, so that's a little different, but I'm not gonna... You look at this, it's all blurry, sorry. You look at this is clearly Jack Sparrow, so I'm not gonna fault it if that's actually yellow in the film, especially since I can't remember. Another thing is, why is this unfocusing? Stop focusing on my hand, you stupid thing. Oh my god! Okay. This is irritating. Let's just pretend like you can see that for a second. Is it focused? I think it actually might be focused. I'm a little far away from the camera, so sorry if that was actually focused. You can see he has the coin right there that he has in the first 2 films. Goes all the way up. His hair, nicely detailed. It looks fine. I actually added this piece right here because there was like a huge gap right here in the NECA figure. So I just took this off the Disney Store one that I spliced it with. The detail, like, on the jacket is fine. It looks fine. It doesn't match up between the arms and the jacket. Again, this is 2 different figures I used, so that is to be expected, but I will take that into consideration when making my final score. This is all fine. Again, this looks great, you know. The compass right here is a separate piece. You can see the string I glued onto it. I actually think I glued the compass part down too, because it was annoying me. And he has a sheath actually right there. That's nice. I don't think he actually had this in the 4 and 5. So that actually, because the 5th the Diamond Select doesn't have that. I'll say it right now. He doesn't have that. But I actually think it might be accurate for him to not have it. You can see his pants. They're pants. His boots, nicely weathered and everything. So I'm gonna actually, before I forgot to even mention the accuracy of if this looks like Johnny Depp. I'd say it does. Again, I painted some more detailing on this face, so if you just do the normal thing, it might not look as great, but I am comparing it to my custom, and in my custom, I did this, so I'm going to go ahead and say that this is dead on for accuracy of Jack Sparrow. That looks, especially from certain angles, that looks exactly like Johnny Depp to me. I don't know if it's like that for you. He looks great with his hat on. I will knock it because I don't think out of both of these hats that either one actually is completely accurate to any film. So as you can see, like that one, I think it rides a little high, but it flares out and it's not as thick boy as this one is. You can see how thick boy this is, and I don't like that one as much. But it does sit better. So I don't think either of the hats are completely accurate. So I will knock it just a little bit because the hat is such an important part of him, and I don't think either set gets it right. So I'll knock him for that. Let's put him back here on the pearl. Just kind of looking off like a little doggy over there. Or a sparrow. I'll give him a 0.8 for appearance right there. You can see, come on, 0.8 for appearance, just because of the hat. So that's 80 out of 100 right there. That's not too bad. On to the Diamond Select. Please focus. Thank you. Camera. Okay. On to the accuracy of this guy. Let's just start out with the top. The hat looks perfect in my eyes. I feel like this, and maybe that's why they didn't make it removable, so they can make the hat actually look good. Why? My camera just never focuses. There we go. So I think the hat looks perfect. It's not removable, so I can't really compare the bandana at all, but it looks fine. I will say that the bandana bleeds a little bit right there, like where my fingertip is, into the hair. It doesn't bother me too much. It's not really noticeable, especially with all this detailing right here. So something I did not mention is, well, of course, like this piece of the hair in the other jack is painted and everything. There is a little other pieces, but for the most part, there's nothing painted in his hair at all. It's just completely brown with like a bit of a wash over it. This hair is actually really good. It has a bunch of these things, coins hanging in it and everything. Yeah, it looks really good. He has like braids and stuff, even a crow head back there, or a sparrow, obviously it's a sparrow head. Going down the figure at the torso, you can see it looks better than the other one. Another thing is the skin tones don't really match on the other one, and this one they do. So the jacket, the colors match. The scarf right here, beautiful. The compass looks great. I'm not going to knock it for it not being removable. This is actually a separate piece that you have to slip this under, which was a little annoying. Right down to the boots. The boots are great. Another thing that I actually knocked my custom for, that I didn't knock this one for, that I didn't say, the hands look like Play-Doh on this one. I'm just saying that because I'm going to get into the hands on this one. The hands on this one look fantastic. They detailed even the inside of the thing that you can't even really see very well. They detailed that great. The paint's all clean. He has the ring. You can't even fucking see. You can see the bands on his hand. They look great. The rings. He has fingernails. The fingernails are all painted. You can see that there. On the other hand, they're all painted except for the pinky. It kind of looks like someone bit his pinky off. I'm not sure why. Stop. Oh, focus on it. Thank you. Kind of, I guess. You can see this pinky isn't painted. I think that's a factory mistake. I'm gonna go back and do that. I don't know if it's a factory mistake or not. Maybe his pinky doesn't have paint on it. But the belts and everything, they look fantastic. So, one more thing is I just noticed a minute ago that a piece of the belt, I don't actually know if it's a piece of the belt, I'm just assuming, isn't painted right here. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that's not a piece of the belt, considering the exact same color is on the fur right next to it. And it would have been so easy just to paint right there. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that, you know. Also, oh my god, I'm so dumb. So on the custom Jack Sparrow, the T-jointed hips make it so his legs can't go out. This Jack Sparrow's legs can go out, so I'm going to go ahead and update his articulation score just for that, because I forgot how useful that is. So I'm going to give him a 1 on articulation, actually. So I'm going to go change that. Besides the 1 on articulation, I'm going to give him also actually, I'm going to give him a 0.8 on articulation. I'm going to give him a full 1 point for appearance, and I'm going to tell you why. The previous head sculpt Diamond Select was going to use for Jack, it looked great. I mean, it was perfect. But this head doesn't look as good, and it could use the eye paint around it could be a little darker. But I still think this is damn good. I mean, that is Johnny Depp Jack Sparrow. I think it looks really good. Maybe slightly not as good as the custom one, but I mean, I really like it. I especially like that he's smirking and he's not just straightforward, because almost every Jack Sparrow, including my custom out there, all the really good ones, like Bandai SH Figure Arts, you know, what's the one with like crazy, I can't remember, but he has like crazy articulation that is just unnecessary. I can't remember what it is. It's really expensive. It's not worth the money at all, because it's basically, I don't think it's as good as this one. But they all have like plain faces that just look forward. They're like, it's like the smart Jack Sparrow, you know? And this Jack Sparrow is from a movie where he's not smart, so not really smart, but I love the smirk. It gives a different expression to him. Probably the first of any of them, it gives him a different expression. That's actually kind of his goofy, drunk self, you know? So, I'm going to take that as the full point for appearance. I don't care if you don't like the head sculpt. I like that they gave him the smirk and didn't do the plain stoically forward one that comes on all of them, you know? This, he's fighting Davy Jones. This one, he's trying to pick up chicks at the bar, you know? So, full point, change the articulation score to 0.8, so... And I know what you're going to say, I didn't do that just to make him the same score. I didn't do that, I swear to God. I just didn't think, like, he deserved the full point of articulation, for whatever. Okay, so the real reason is because I don't actually remember what I knocked him for in the articulation segment, and I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm going to give him the full point, and then not do it, and I saw the point in, and I was like, oh, yeah, 2 points down, that seems fair. So don't yell at me, because I didn't do that on purpose. I'm not trying to give him the same score. Now, on to opinion. Okay, so, here we go again, eh? So, opinion segment. So, you guys might be a little confused by this one, so I'm going to try and explain myself the best I can. I am going to give, so, I don't know if I did this in Commander Wolf. What I'm going to do with opinion is I'm going to have 1 point and then 1/2 point. Not 1.5, a half of a point. I'm going to have that, and whichever one I favor is going to get the full point. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I gave the full point to the Diamond Select. And I did that because if the Diamond Select had came out earlier than it did, I would have bought that and never made my custom. I also think it looks better than my custom one in regards to the body. The head, maybe not so much, but the body, completely better on the Diamond Select. I think it's way, way better. So, again, my opinion, so you guys can shut the hell up. I have him, so I gave the 0.5 to him, obviously. So, I'm just gonna segue straight in without cutting. The price point of both of them, so the Diamond Select one, about $30 shipped, That's a good price. For what you're getting, I'm gonna have to say that's a 0.8. I'm gonna give it a 0.8 for price. Yeah, I'm kind of split on it because it can't come with the accessories I wanted it to come with, or not all the accessories I wanted it to come with, but it did come with a lot. It gave him splayed out hands, which are perfect for Jack Sparrow. I don't think I mentioned that. Are perfect for him. But what I'm split about is he came with that big base. I don't know. It feels like it was worth it when I got it, even though it feels like I also got scammed that he didn't come with at least a pistol. I mean, come on. At the very least, you could have gave him a sculpted pistol on the belt, what I would have accepted. But they didn't do that. So I'm going to knock it down points for that. The removable, I'm going to give him a 0.7. I'm going to scratch that out. He gets a 0.7 because he also doesn't have a removable hat. I feel like they could have did that at a $30 price point. As for my custom, so this is a weird one because you have to buy 2 figures to make him, but the figures are so bad and so cheap that you can probably, at least I got it for around $35. And with all the accessories he comes with, especially since they double up, but I'm not counting that, remember? Along with the monkey that I'm not counting, with everything you get, I'm going to give him the full point for price point for my custom. Because they're about the same price, but I feel like my custom comes with more, even though he has the big base. So, I'm going to go add this up, and then I'll be right back. The ballots are in. And by that, I mean I calculated the score for both of them. You guys could have also did that, but, I mean, this is instantaneous, so you don't have to do the math. So the Diamond Select won. With a 4.5, the custom got a 4.3. Both are really good, and it really just comes down to preference. Whether you want to put in the effort to make the custom or not, that is completely up to you. If you want to put in the effort, yeah, do this. I mean, why not? From better movies, the face looks better if you like the face. If you don't like the face on this, I'd say make the custom if you want to. If you just want a quick and easy purchase, buy a Jack Sparrow, throw him on the shelf. Maybe in your, since they don't have any other Pirates figures, maybe you want to put it in your Kingdom Hearts display. Maybe you have some NECA Pirates you can put them in with. Actually, what am I saying? I'm actually going to do scaling with them in a second, so so stay around if you're into that kind of stuff. So if you're, what was I saying? What's wrong with me? So if you want to just do that, go ahead and buy them. Throw them and whatever. So screw whatever I was saying. Either way, they're both great purchases, great pickups if you want them. I'd say it's basically a wash, but obviously the Diamond Select one beat it out with a full 2 more points. And it's in different categories too. So, like, if you want more accessories, go with the custom. But if you don't care much about the accessories, you just want him with a sword or something, go ahead and just get the Diamond Select. I mean, that's basically all the differences they have. I mean, the articulation's pretty much the same and everything, you know. So, this will mark the end of the comparison. So, if you don't care about a review of this guy, go ahead and stop it here. But I am going to go ahead and compare this guy's height with a couple NECA pirates here. So, let's go ahead and do that. Now, I don't actually have good NECA figures. These are kind of their more statuesque. I mean, they're all statues, let's be honest here. They're basically all statues, but these are some of them that have the least articulation. So we have Gibbs here. I think that this can work. You might have to fudge it a little bit, but I think that can work a little bit. Gibbs is supposed to be shorter, not taller, but that's fine. Barbosa, he's a giant. I mean, you can already see how much bigger he is compared to him. And this is the Jack I've been using, and he's also notably short compared to both of them. I mean, they're about the same size between the both of them, so. Not Barbosa and Jack. I mean, the both Jacks are both the same size. I love the pose he accidentally got in. What the hell? He's like kind of fucking leaned back. I can't know. Can you guys see that? That was a complete accident. Anyway, this will mark the end of this review. If you guys liked it, go ahead and subscribe. If you like custom content, me making customs, mostly Star Wars, go ahead and watch some of my other videos. That would be really cool if you did that. If you have any tips or tricks for me, leave them down in the comments below. If there's any other Jack Sparrow that you think should have been compared in this review, go ahead and tell me that as well. But for now, go ahead and goodbye. But for now, go ahead and goodbye. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I forgot to shout out MLG. If you're into gaming content, go check out Team Esports MLGU. Link in my banner page, my about page, my channels, it's featured channels. Whatever, just go check out Team MLGU, or Esports, whatever it's called now. So, now without further ado, goodbye.